Hey, what's up guys? My name is Isabel and I write music under the name TZ. Chords, seventh chords. We already talked about intervals, triads, shell voicings. Hell yeah. Okay, so let us refresh that. Intervals, 2 notes. Triads, 3 notes. A triad is the most basic chord you can have, right? So all of your basic chords, all of your campfire chords, right, are just triads, right? And they sound big. It's because we sometimes double some of those notes, right? Take the C chord, right? You will notice that you have C, your root note, your third, E, your fifth, G, and then here we have another C, and here we have another E. So we're doubling the root note, right? We have 2 C's and we have 2 E's, right? So we're actually playing a triad. They're like, there's nothing. Of course, like, it seems like we're playing like more notes because like there's more string ringing, but like, we're actually just playing 3 notes. The same. And I remember when I learned this, I was like, dude, like, how come I just didn't notice that? You know, like, because you can learn the guitar with shapes, you know, like, you can just learn the shapes and, you know, like, but like, dude, like, once you know this, it's just like, oh. So I started going, like, from chord to chord and, like, seeing each of the notes. I was like, oh, I can see it now. Like, I understand. So we already talked about this specific thing that makes a chord major or minor, and that's the third, right? If it's a major third, it's a major chord. If it's a minor third, it's a minor chord, right? So let us harmonize a scale. Don't be scared. This is not complicated, I promise. Let's do C major, just for the sake of it. So you take a scale, right? So you go C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, right? Cool. We already have the scale. Nice. And if you look at it from the A note, you'll see the first 7 letters of the alphabet. So it's like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? Like, it's just like, it's a easy way to remember the notes. There's a pattern to organize this, right? For major and for minor keys. So what's the order? You will hear this everywhere, especially if you're starting in music. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. And for minors, minor, diminished, major, minor, minor, major, major. And if you notice, the minor key is the major key starting from the 6th degree. Okay, so now that we know the order, let's harmonize. C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, and again, we go back to C major. We remember our triads, right? Right? That's what we're doing. We're harmonizing that. We're building a triad for each note of that scale. That's what we're doing. See how each chord is built from the notes from the scale? So if you have C major, right? Like our triad, our C major triad, right? Then we will have like our D minor triad, E minor, and so on. We already know the formula to build a triad. 1, 3, 5. But what if we want to build a 7th chord? Easy. 1, 3, 5, 7. That's all we need to know. So we're looking for the 7th, right? So this is a really easy way to think about it. If you're writing this down, like, because I recommend you do, because at some point you just have to do it, because it's just like, you have to do it. If you're building a chord, so let's say you're building a C major 7th chord, right? So you think about C, okay, so what's the note below C, B. That's the seventh, right? So think about every note that you can possibly think about. Just think about the note below that, right? Like, what's the seventh of D? So what's the note below D? C. That's the seventh. That's the seventh chord, right? That's the seventh. Sorry, that's the seventh note, right? That's the seventh. And what good thing about playing guitar is that the shapes that we know, you can move these shapes all over the fret and like they're gonna work, right? Right? They're just gonna work. So how do you build a seventh chord, let's say on the A string, based on the A string? Okay, C major. We already know our basic C major shape, right? Okay, so what are the notes in here? We need to know what are the notes, right? So we have our root, C, right? Then we have our fifth, right? G. Then we have another C. Okay, cool. And then we have our third, which is an E. This is a triad. This is your basic triad, right? We notice that there's two C's, right? Okay. So we have this and we have this one. We already know that the seventh is the note below the C, okay? So what are we gonna do? We just literally move it one semitone below. Right? Crazy. See how much it changes? Like it's just a different color. It's so interesting. This is really happy, right? Like it's just like normal. But what about this? Ooh, that's interesting, right? But what about our D minor chord, right? The next chord, the second chord, second degree. So we know it's a minor, but in this case it would be a minor seventh, right? So what are the notes? What are the notes? Just pay attention. What are the notes? Okay, so we have the D, the root, right? We got the fifth, A, okay? We have another D here, okay? And we got our minor third, F. Okay, so remember, we have two Ds. And we already know that we have to move it one below. In this case, we're actually gonna move it two semitones below. Why? Because it's a minor. Remember the formula? 1, 3, 5. And for minors, it would be 1, flat 3, 5. And in this case, since it's a seventh chord, it will be flat 7. 1, flat 3, 5, flat 7. This is a flat 7. Ooh, what an interesting chord, right? Okay, so we already know that this shape works, okay? We can always move the shapes. This is an E minor 7th chord. So you want to build a minor 7th chord? Just, what's the shape of a minor chord? Okay, now you have to find the 7th, the minor 7th. So you already know that there's another E here. Okay, one semitone below, that's a major 7th, right? Minor 7th. Okay, this is the one. Right? Cool. So the 4th degree, our F major. Remember, what's the 7th? What's the 7th? Right? It's an E. We already know there's two Fs in this chord. What are we gonna do? One semitone below. F major 7th, right? And then we're gonna go to our dominant chord, which would be a G7. It's a pretty interesting sound, right? Yeah, there's something really curious that happens on the fifth degree, right? Because you would think, oh well, I guess if it's a major, should it be like just a major seven, your regular major seven? Well, no, we're actually gonna have your triad, your regular major triad, but this time we're not gonna have a major seven. We're actually gonna have a minor seven in that major triad. It's a very strong sound. It wants to resolve. It wants to go back. See? Right? Then we go with our sixth degree, which is A minor. In this case, will be A minor seventh. Right? If this is A minor, your regular A minor. Right? We're just looking for our flat 7, our minor 7, and we already know the shapes. Then we have our very interesting chord, our diminished chord, right? Flat 3, flat 5, flat 7. Right? The tension, listen to the tension. It just wants to go home. So again, remember the formula, right? If for your regular triad is 1, 3, 5, then for the seventh chord, just add the seventh. Be it minor 7 or major 7, right? It just really depends. If it's major, it's major. If it's minor, minor, right? So it's 1, 3, 5, 7, right? And if it's minor, it's just like 1, flat 3, 5, flat 7, right? And if it's diminished, it's 1, flat 3, flat 5, flat 7. And like once you know, right, all of these really cool chords, it's just like so much easier for everything, because like you can experiment, you can expand your sound. And we're working right now on like on the A string, right? But let's work on the E string. Like, oh, I want to know. Okay, cool. This is your C major on the E string, right? You just gotta remember something, and it's the formula. Just find the notes. You gotta find the notes and build a chord. Right? So you got the root, the fifth, right? The seventh, and the third. Right? Some people like doing the minor 7th chord like this. I actually like doing it like this. Right? And remember, we can move the shapes around, right? Dominant, right? Dominant 7. This is your D. This is your G dominant, right? G7. A minor. B diminished. Woo! C major 7th. We briefly talked about inversions, right? We can do this with this, right? Remember, as long as you know your intervals, as long as you know your notes, you will always be okay. You can always change that. Because like, what if I want to play like this 5th. I don't want to play it here. I want to play it here. It's the same chord. What if I don't want to play? I wanna play instead of this C here. I want to play it on the voice leading, right? Woo! Same chord. This is a C major 7th, but I'm just changing the order. Cool, right? So this, same chord. I'm just changing. It's easy. Now you know how to build seventh chords. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. And I'll see you in the next video. Ciao!